Ang totoo mga kababayan, sabi nila hindi daw importante. 'Di ba? Hindi daw importante mga kababayan si Ramil Madriaga. Yan po ang banat ng kampo ni VP Sara Duterte. Pero kala ko ba si Ramil Madriaga polluted source? Hindi importante. Pero bakit kinakatakutan? Bakit ito ay pinipigilan? Pinipigilan sa pamamagitan ng kanilang mga kaalyado. Kaya sila ay humihingi ngayon, mga kababayan, ng tulong sa Supreme Court. O ito, pakinggan natin ulit. Balikan natin si abogado rin ito, si Congressman Bel Zamora, no?
All right, we're now joined by House Justice Committee Vice Chairperson, San Juan City Representative Isabel Zamora. Good morning to you, Representative Zamora.
Good morning, Ma'am Karen, and good morning to everyone.
All right, I want to start first with, I think your reaction, right? I mean, your reaction right now that Sara, Vice President Duterte's legal team, essentially once again went to the Supreme Court. It's a 186 petition and declaring that there's been a grave abuse of discretion on the part of the House in terms of conducting the impeachment complaint
Grave
hearings. I want to
abuse.
get your reaction on that first.
Well, of course, we expected that, and we felt that they were gonna file a petition before the Supreme Court. I mean, she has her lawyers, and it is just natural for the lawyers to exhaust all remedies
Exactly.
available to them.
Correct.
And this
All right,
includes
so you
filing a
expected
petition.
that. Yes.
Yes,
Now,
yeah.
you did announce, I find this interesting, you did announce that you already see enough votes for a solid impeachment case against the vice president. So given that you already see that there's enough votes to impeach her, all you need is 1/3. Nabilang yun na yun. What do you think should happen next?
Well, what will happen next is the continuation of the proceedings before the Committee on Justice, where we will have
So, affirmative na pala yung binalita noon na kumbaga mga kababayan, yung tungkol kay Sandro Marcos na sinabi ay parang nakakalap na sila ng mahigit 1/3 mga kababayan na boto to proceed yung article of impeachment doon sa Senado after ng plenaryo. Or I mean sa plenaryo, kapag natapos na po ang tinatawag natin nakatumbas ng preliminary investigation kung ma-determine na kung may probable cause at ito ay magpo-proceed at syempre akyat yan sa plenaryo. Sa plenaryo magkakaroon ng boto, kailangan makakuha sila at least 1/3 mga kababayan para yung article of impeachment ay matransmit na sa Senado. Yun po yung binabanggit nila.
a hearing as stated under the Constitution and as stated in the rules of impeachment of the House
Ma'am
of
Georgia.
Representatives. So we will proceed with a hearing. Of course, I admit I said that we have enough votes, and this statement was based on conversations with colleagues regarding the impeachment case. And in fact, Ma'am Karen, I admit that we probably won't have the same number of votes as last year. But based on
Will they be more? More or will they be less?
I'm not sure. I would think that it would be less, just because there are concerns by some colleagues about the coming elections, and alliances that have to be made. In the coming
So ibig sabihin tama din mga kababayan yung nabalitaan natin. Natatandaan nyo yung kinontent ko na mayroong mga kongresista, mga kababayan, na hindi papabor dahil ayaw nilang masira ang kanilang political career. Dahil itong mga to ay gusto nila ng political survival. 'Di ba? So ayun na nga, lumabas na ang katotohanan mga kababayan. Galing sa bibig ni Congressman Bel Zamora na meron daw talagang mga colleague nila na ayaw makialam sa bagay na to. Ibig sabihin na nagpatakot sila, nagapang sila ng mga alingas-ngas diyan sa Congress. Mga kababayan, na si VP Sara Duterte ang magiging presidente sa 2028. Kaya habang maaga, ang ginagawa nitong mga ito ay namamangkana sa dalawang ilog.
months.
Oh.
In any case,
So, kumbaga, wait, inamin sa inyo yun, ma'am. Inamin sa inyo, representative, ng ilan yung kasamahan. Na kumbaga, yung dating bumoto na ma-impeach ang vice-presidente, ngayon sinasabi sa inyo, wag na.
yes,
Ganun ba
I
yun?
will admit to that, and I will say that some of them expressed concerns. Well, we know that the vice president said that she was going to run, so a lot of them, especially those from Mindanao, are concerned about their political future.
All right? Okay, but they're not.
Maunawaan nyo yun eh. They are, came from Mindanao. Alalahanin nyo mga kababayan. Kahit naman na hindi, kahit sabihin natin ha, nakikita naman natin kung paano po mga kababayan pinapaikot pa rin ng mga Duterte dyan sa Davao, do? Siyempre may takot pa rin yan, mga yan.
Concerned that they believe the
Uh-huh.
vice president has to be made accurate where she spent the funds in question right now?
Well, that's one of the things that I tell them.
Mhm.
I would tell my friends that the issues are in fact the same as those listed or as those alleged in the impeachment complaints last year. And maybe it would be good to participate in the proceedings and see the evidence as presented before and as will be presented in the hearings before the Committee on Justice.
Okay, so when you did say that you see enough votes, there's a solid impeachment case, did you imply that already at this point, since it is sufficient in form, substance, and grounds, that it already be brought to the plenary?
Not yet. Of course, we will follow the rules on impeachment proceedings, and we will still have to determine probable cause as stated in our rules. And maybe for the understanding of others, what we are doing right now is a preliminary investigation akin to the preliminary investigation in criminal cases. So while we said that it appears that we have the number.
Ang akin is parang sinasabi niya similar to the preliminary investigation sa mga criminal cases.
First, we still have to go through the process. We still have to vet documents, verify the authenticity of these documents, especially those attached to the complaint and to the answer, if ever.
Oo. All right. Nilinaw rin nga ito ni Representative Luistro na talagang nag-iingat kayo. Nag-iingat siya na masundan ang mga rules. Kaso,
Exactly.
'di ba? Para hindi nga daw madala ulit sa Korte Suprema at yan ulit ang issue. So
Yes.
tama
Opo.
'yun. So ang tanong ko pagdating ng mga ebidensya, right? So let's say I think the biggest here would be Madriaga as a witness. What is the latitude and the coverage of the House Justice Committee
Okay. So
hearing since under your rules, a non-member cannot ask, right, questions.
Yes.
The lawyer itself of the vice president cannot cross, right? They can't even ask questions to the witness themselves. They
correct.
can't cross, right? They can't
Yes.
challenge the witness. So ano ang hangganan?
Pero pwede silang mga kababayan, according dun sa pinag-usapan nung nakaraan, ay pwede naman silang mag-cross through the chair. So magtatanong sila sa chair, yung bali gagawa sila ng listahan, ang chairman ang magtatanong, mga kababayan. But those are clarificatory questions only. Hindi ito yung cross-examination talaga to the extent na parang full-blown trial na. It's just, mga kababayan, the word just, okay? It's just a clarificatory questions only ang pwede nilang gawin doon.
Representative pagdating ng ebidensya po sa House Committee on Justice.
Okay, so let me clarify that first, Ma'am Karen. They are not allowed to ask questions for the very reason that this is a preliminary investigation. And even in a prosecutor's office, the parties or their counsels are not allowed to do that. So it is the members of the Justice Committee who are acting as prosecutors who are expected to propound questions to the witnesses. Ano pong hangganan? Well, we are limited by this preliminary investigation. We are there to check the veracity. For example, as regards Madriaga, we have not declared him to be either a competent or an incompetent witness, contrary to the statements made by some colleagues that maybe he is of questionable character. So
Tama naman yun. Tama naman
it's
yun.
incumbent upon us to check the veracity of his statements and whether he was lying when he made his affidavit.
Oh, so ibig sabihin mga kababayan, they just wanted to clarify things. Kapag ito ay nagkukwento, kung ito ba ay nagsisinungaling, kung ito ba ay nagsasabi ng totoo, it's all clarificatory questions mga kababayan ang gagawin nila. Pero again, syempre, of course, doon na maaring pwede na nilang husgahan ito si Madriaga, mga kababayan, sa pamamagitan ng gagawin nila sa April 14 na akin to a preliminary investigation. Ay makikita mo naman na talaga mahalata mo ang isang tao kung hindi ito nagsasabi ng totoo, o kaya naman yung tao, mga kababayan, ay talagang knowledgeable enough sa kanyang mga sinasabi at ito ay hindi mga gawa-gawang kwento lamang.
But we will not be conducting all of the searching questions that are expected to come from the senators.
Yes. Oo. Kasi here to clarify that hypothetically, let's say some of your colleagues end up saying Madriaga is a polluted witness. That's irrelevant to the trial itself because Madriaga can still be used against the Vice President in the trial. It is only the senator judges who can determine if he is lying. Right? Because you are not trial judges. So
Yeah.
yan ang tanong. Darating si Madriaga, magsasabi siya ng testimonya. May mga congressman magsasabi, hindi yan totoo, polluted ka. May congressman magsasabi, totoo naman sinasabi mo. Technically, you can't write him off or include him in evidence. You can't. Because it's only in the trial proper that the senator judges can make the decision to say write him off or include him.
Yes, and I believe that our chairwoman will be able to see whether the members are overreaching their limit.
Because most likely the senator judges, just offhand, I've covered 3 impeachment trials already.
Yes.
They will want to hear him in the trial. That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, they will want to, right? And they will decide, they will cross him. But for sure, they will want him in.
Syempre, yun naman talaga ang purpose doon, mga kababayan eh. Para makita mo see-through kung ano talaga yung purpose ng isang taong ito, why ito ay lumabas to testify against VP Sara Duterte. What is his real motive, mga kababayan? Malalaman mo to, 'di ba? Through cross-examination. Hindi mo ito makikita at one glance, 'di ba? Mga kababayan, na nakita mo si Madriaga, what he's saying is true, ganun kaagad, or what he's saying is not right, mga kababayan. Hindi mo pwedeng ganun din eh. Ma-establish mo lang yung bagay na yon kung polluted talaga itong si Madriaga during the cross-examination.
Of the House Committee on Justice, you need to secure him.
Ma'am
Right?
Lilian?
You need to secure him. Pag sinecure nun yun na siya, what happens after? Ibabalik niyo siya sa detention. right?
Yes, because
Oo.
there is an existing case, and
Yeah.
well, as of the last hearing when we approved the motions made then, we all agreed that of course the jurisdiction as regards Madriaga lies with the court where the case is pending, and
Oo.
we will be in coordination with the courts and the police and the other officials.
Yeah, because his safety is imperative. Tama naman yun.
Yes.
Right? Representative Shell Diokno, I think, made that clear.
Yes.
And that he was the one who presented that, and tama siya. Right? The Salen is interesting because I firmly believe that each and every public official must explain how their SALN has changed while in office.
Yes.
Pero ang tanong, pagdating ng SALN sa inyo, kasi ang SALN in itself na tumaas is not a crime.
Yes, of
In
course.
itself, diba? In
Yes.
itself. O tumaas ang SALN ko, hindi criminal yun.
Oo, ang kailangan lang talaga mapatunayan nung may-ari ng nag-declare ng SALN how they actually acquired, mga kababayan, yung biglang paglobo ng kanilang SALN. Otherwise, of course, ang iisipin na ng tao, since you cannot tawag dito, you cannot explain it very well, mga kababayan, alam na natin kung ano yung iisipin ng taong bayan, di ba? Hindi na yan lalayo. Katulad niyan, mga ka-GPnatics, tiningnan ko yung yung kanilang mga negosyo, no? Inisa-isa ko yan yung kanilang mga negosyo. Mukhang hindi naman tumagal talaga yung mga negosyo. At saka walang mga kinita. Mga ka-GPnatics, mga ilang buwan lang na nag-close na kaagad. 'Di ba? So paano sila naka-acquired ng more than 'di ba, from 18 million ata yun, 18 million to 80,000 million, mga kababayan, parang ganon. So sabi nga ni Terry Ridon, ang discrepancy niya is more than like 50 million, mga kababayan. Ganon, yung discrepancy. So dapat, ang lalabas doon sa mga kinita nitong mga ito, na mga Duterte, mga kababayan, sa kanilang negosyo, kasama na... sa kanilang mga negosyo, tama. Sa kanilang mga negosyo, talagang dapat at least kumita sila, mga kababayan. Kung di ako nagkakamali sa figure na sinabi, dapat papasok ito sa mga 500 million, something like that, para magkaroon sila ng net, mga kababayan, na 50 plus million. Ganoon na tayo yung pagkakasabi ni Congressman Terry doon.
The crime is determined if you are unable to prove that, diba, legal ang
88.
pagtaas
Thank
ng
you.
SALN. Oo.
Correct. It's
So
expected
pagdating
to
ng
increase.
SALN doon, pero pagdating ng SALN doon, how far can the House go?
Okay, Mark.
When clearly the camp of the Vice President for sure will not explain it in the House.
Okay, so what we will do with that is, well, we subpoenaed SALN, I think, based on the
SALN.
motion of Kong Ridon, and that was approved. And I guess it will be used to show certain allegations in the complaint regarding the SALN violation or the non-disclosure in the SALN.
At isa pa, ito rin yung tingin ko, mga kababayan, ito rin yung isang sa dahilan na inakyat ng kampo nila Attorney Torion, mga ka-GPnatics, kasi parang kaya sila nag-file ng motion for certiorari ng temporary restraining order dahil nga po dito sa SALN, mga ka-GPnatics, at sinasabi nila na bakit ganon? Akala ko ba mayroon nabanggit ito doon sa mga complaint. Samantalang, mga kababayan, sila manghihingi pa lang ng manghihingi pa lang ng kopya. So ibig sabihin, wala pa talaga silang hawak na ebidensya, wala talaga silang hawak na ultimate facts regarding this matter. Kukuha pa lang sila doon to fish mga kababayan, para mangisda, para kumuha ng ebidensya laban kay BP Sara Duterte. And tandaan po natin Attorney Torion, 'di ba, mga kababayan, paano sila makakakuha, although si Ridon ay may hawak na mga SALN, pero kailangan ito, mga kababayan, na dumalo din ang ombudsman para sabihin na itong inilabas ni Ridon na ito ay mga totoong dokumento. 'Di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng, mga kababayan, walang mag-testify to affirm na yan ay mga original document. Baka mamaya kasi sabihin, mga kababayan, kung walang testify from ombudsman, isasabihin peke yan. 'Di ba? At isa pa, yung sinasabi nila na kailangan mailabas yung mga bank records, although wala pang nagpa-file, wala pang nagmo-motion yan, mga kababayan, para isabpina. Pero kung yan ang usapin, alam naman natin the reason why na kung bakit walang maipresenta ng mga bank records, it is because kailangan, mga kababayan, 'di ba, under tayo or ito ay nakapaloob sa tawag dito, bank secrecy law. So therefore, mga kababayan, kung maglalabas ka ng mga bank records without the consent of the owner of the said accused, of course, merong criminal liability yan. Para namang hindi abogado itong si Attorney Torion, parang timang. At alam naman natin na ang bank records sa bank secrecy law, mga kababayan, nawi-waive lang yan during the impeachment. Di ba? Hindi ka pwede maglabas ng mga bank records without the consent of the said accused. Talaga makakasuhan ka. Mga kababayan, siguradong sigurado yan. At gagawin ba yan? Siyempre na mga kongresista, lalong-lalo na may alam din sa batas. Hindi. That is why, mga kababayan, kailangan nila na humingi rin ng subpoena, duces tecum at subpoena ad testificandum doon sa AMLA kung sakali para mailabas yung mga bank records ni BP Sara Duterte. Hindi yun fishing expedition. Maliwanag na maliwanag, kaya wala silang document on hands dahil pwede silang makasuhan at any given time na ilabas nila yun na walang consent ang may-ari. Na walang consent, mga kababayan.
What do you mean non-disclosure? When you have a SALN and it's increased, that's disclosure. I mean, I just want you to clarify. It's the explanation. It's not the non-disclosure. If it's in the SALN, then it's disclosed. What the Vice President needs to do is explain.
Explain.
What was alleged in the complaint, in the two complaints, was a non-disclosure of many assets, many figures, I believe. And again, I know that this is the beef of the respondent in saying that it was not properly identified, or there was no ultimate facts. But again, like in previous SAL and impeachment case, like in Corona, the statement of the non-disclosure of certain assets, or even just one asset in the SAL-N, and the failure to show the proper increase, or the reason for that increase was what that was used against Corona.
Oo. Pero kay CJ Corona kasi, merong mga properties na nakapangalan sa kanya na hindi nalagay sa SALN.
Yes.
Ano po yung kay Vice President, para po sa viewers natin to, na nakapangalan sa kanya na hindi niya nilagay?
If I'm not mistaken, there are
Makabitin tipatalastas.
well, the first bank accounts, and
Okay.
I believe that
the one alleged by to clarify, the one alleged by Senator Antonio Trillanes.
yes.
And
if I'm not mistaken, as of
Yes,
last
that's one.
year,
Okay.
in our proceedings, in our proceedings for the impeachment last year, they said that that account is still active.
Mm-mm.
And to add to that, there are companies,
oo.
I believe, that are connected with the respondent that are not alleged. in
So
this-
yun yung number one pala talaga na kailangan nilang makita, mga kababayan, sa non-disclosure ng SALN ni Sara Duterte is yung mga bank records, yung bank accounts niya, yung mga, syempre mga ka-GPnatics, kung magkano ba yung nakalagay doon. Mukhang tinatago talaga yun eh, di ba? Mukhang ayaw nila talaga na mahalungkat yun. O ngayon, mga kababayan, hindi pa pinag-uusapan yung bank records ni Sara Duterte. Wala pang nagmo-motion dyan, di ba? Wala pang nag-motion to subpoena, duces tecum, and subpoena ad testificandum regarding that matter. Pero, mga kababayan, once na meron nang nagsubpoena niyan, sigurado, lalabas at lalabas na yung bank records na yan. Pero syempre, unahin muna kasi yung ibang mga assets, mga SALN ni Sara Duterte na nakadeclare, 'di ba? At syempre, pagkukumparahin muna yan, mga kababayan, bago dumating sa punto, last resort na siguro yung pagdating sa kanya mga bank records. Kasi dito magkakabulagaan talaga eh. Diba?
SALN. That's why there was also a motion for production of documents by the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Oo. There are companies, are you saying, of the vice president where her name was in those companies? Is that correct?
I have to go back to that, Ma'am Karen, because there are several companies, and well, we have to identify them. But these are connected.
Okay. But is it
Well, mga
Yes.
kababayan, tama lang din na mag-ingat, Congressman Bel Zamora, no? Kasi don't put words on her mouth. Alam naman natin si Karen Davila, masyadong matabilang dila niyan. Baka mamaya it can, di ba, use against you in the future. Alam naman natin, nakita naman natin, mga kababayan, kung paano gaano din kabalahura yan si Karen Davila. Kasi nung nakaraan, no, nung yung interview niya kay Yusek Claire Castro, mukhang marami talaga mga kababayan ang umalma doon eh. Talagang grabe yung mga pinagagawa nitong si Karen Davila, mga ka-GPnatics. Anyway, ayan po yung paliwanag hinggil dyan sa bagay na yan, mga kababayan, na kung saan po ay talaga naman, mga kababayan, yung kinakatakutan nila na si di umano'y polluted source, no? Mga ka-GPnatics, wala na, hindi nyo na kayang pigilan yan. Lalabas at lalabas, magsasalita at magsasalita yan. Well, it's up to you to decide once Ramil Madriaga, mga kababayan, yung nagte-testify na talaga siya. 'Di ba? Saka nyo sasabihin kung polluted source talaga siya, kung siya talaga ay incompetent, 'di ba? Okay, so mga kababayan, ito naman pag-usapan natin. Etong si Senator Robin Padilla.